Okay, just hang in there, Subrata. We've also got with us Anuj Puri, and as I pointed out, for the benefit of our viewers, let me just recap for you the decision that's been taken by the Cabinet today. It has approved the increase in carpet area for interest subvention. This increases for the middle income group houses under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. So now the limit of the carpet area for MIG1 houses eligible for interest relief has been increased from 90 square meters to 120 square meters. And for MIG2 houses, the limit has now been upped from 110 square meters to 150 square meters. These changes will be effective retrospectively from the 1st of January 2017. Anuj Puri also with us on the program of ANAROCK. Anuj, thanks very much. Significant decision by the Cabinet today. We've also got with us the principal advisor of IFC launching an $800 million fund with HDFC to focus on the affordable housing sector in India. How significant is the Cabinet decision today, and what is this going to mean?
So it is very significant and very encouraging. You know, the increase will give individuals in MIG category wider choice in developers' projects, and what we feel is that it will also give a boost to the sale of already built-up flats in the affordable housing segment, because there are a few of these affordable housing segment projects which are completed and not sold, and they were not getting classified in that category. And as you elaborated in MIG, you know, it significantly increased from 90 square meters, which is nearly 1,000 square feet, to 1,200 square meters. I mean, that is a good area. One of the complaints that the developers had is that the way affordable is being defined is too small. I think this removes the concerns that the developers have. And clearly on the MIG2 category, it's gone up to 150 square meters. You know, when you calculate the built-up area, you're talking in excess of 2,000 square feet. So, which is very significant when at this level you're starting to provide the subsidy. So, for example, in terms of numbers, it will now be for, say, up to 50 lakh rupee apartment. You're going to get an additional interest subsidy of about 3 lakh rupees.
Okay, so you're saying that this is a meaningful move there by the government. But Anuj, we've also been speaking with IFC, and as I pointed out, they've launched an $800 million fund with HDFC. And IFC is of the view that we are on the cusp of a revival and a recovery in the real estate market in general. You know, housing sales, Anuj, have fallen to a 5-year low, but do you believe that we are possibly now, the worst is behind us and we are going to see an uptick?
I think it is partially true. Certainly on the affordable housing category, it is true. I'm not so sure whether on the premium and the luxury that would be true. I think that segment still has to continue with the pain for the next 18 months at least. Why on the affordable housing I feel is that we are perhaps the worst is behind us is because we're seeing for the last 6 quarters consecutively, every quarter sales has been more than the launches.
Okay.
And that's the first sign that the market is starting to revive, because if your sales are ahead of the launches, that means your unsold inventory of the past is starting to go down.
Okay. So that's a good indication. Subrata, let me end by asking you, you know, some of the constraints, as we were pointing out, perhaps have now been removed to give this scheme a further boost. What else could prove to be the challenges to really ensure that the dream that the government has with affordable housing is realized?
Well, I think from the consumer's perspective, mortgage finances are normally available if the credit risk is acceptable to the lending company. But from the lending company's perspective, the housing finance company's perspective, I think there is more need to make long-term local currency funds accessible, and that the banking system should be more more lenient or more considerate in considering debt applications to these companies who have found a niche in the affordable segment by financing affordable homes. So I think this kind of a relaxation from the banking side would be a great boost to the new group of companies, or the young companies which have come up exclusively focused on financing the needs of the customers who who need finances for buying a new home.
Well, gentlemen, we will have to leave it there. Appreciate you joining us, Subrata Datta Gupta. Congratulations to IFC and HDFC on the launch of that fund. And Anuj Puri, many thanks for joining us and taking us through the implications of the decision taken by the Cabinet to provide affordable housing a further leg up.
All right, Shireen, thank you so much for taking us through those details. On that note, it is time for us to take a short break. But coming up next, the government plans yet another push for digital transactions. What are these measures?